People from China are being screened at airports, both in their country and abroad. They're being checked for fever and other symptoms of a new respiratory virus. The virus is a coronavirus, so called because it appears to be surrounded by a crown. The common cold is one example of a coronavirus, and so are deadly respiratory viruses like SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, which first infected people in 2002. It originated from animals, civets, at a food market in China. Then 8 years later, along came another coronavirus, the Middle East respiratory virus, known as MERS.
MERS probably was from bats, but now is endemic in camels all over the Middle East and spreading from camels to humans. So for all of these emerging coronaviruses, they all have an intermediate host that allows the virus to jump from animals to people.
This latest coronavirus is associated with a food market in Wuhan, a city of 11 million people. Respiratory viruses are airborne, transmitted by coughing or sneezing, touching an infected surface, and then touching your mouth, nose, or eyes. Freeman says it's easier to catch a coronavirus than it is to catch Ebola, which spreads by bodily fluids. So far, this new virus doesn't seem to target any one group, but age has its disadvantages.
If you're elderly, 65 or older, you have a greater chance of complications. But there's no age restriction on this.
Complications can include pneumonia, bronchitis, kidney failure, fluid buildup in the lungs, and death.
If you wind up getting a secondary bacterial infection, you can get put on an antibiotic. If you have respiratory distress and you need help with breathing, you could be put on a respirator. But there is no proven, specific, effective treatment for the novel coronavirus.
Scientists around the world are studying this virus.
What we need to know next is where the virus came from. And then the next steps are really looking at what this virus does, how it causes disease. Can we develop diagnostics to the virus so we can better understand how it spreads in the community?
In the meantime, the CDC recommends frequent hand washing, coughing into your elbow or a tissue, and if you suspect you have the virus, contacting a doctor. Carol Pearson, VOA News, Washington.